Good day, everyone. Welcome to another Webisode of Leaving You with a Thought. My name is Fuferondo, and for this episode, I would like to discuss liabilities versus assets. I know this subject it's over discussed, but I feel that I needed to discuss it because very often when this subject is discussed, a lot of details, critical details, are not properly discussed, or they're incorrectly put. For instance, so let's first discuss what is liability and what is an asset. So a liability, in simple terms, it's anything that takes money off you. It could be a car or a house. And an asset is anything that makes money for you, and it could still be a car and a house. So here's where my problem begins. A lot of people when they define liability, obviously, yes, they'll say something that takes money off you, but then they'll go to make an example to say a car is a liability. This is incorrect. Then they will go on and say, when they define an asset, then they will make an example to say a house is an asset, and this also is false. So if you buy a car and you turn into an Uber and it makes profits, not revenue, it makes profits, because revenue, it's if you couldn't make revenue and not make profit. So if it makes profits for you, so basically you buy a car, you're paying 6,000 for it, and then through the Uber system or the Taxify or Mexicab or whatever you use it for, you make 18,000. That means you have a positive, you have generated an income, or rather you have made a profit of 12,000 Rand. So your car becomes an asset. Now if you buy a house, use it as a home, 2 million Rand house, you're paying 20,000 a month for it, and every month you just stay there and you pay 20,000 from your salary. So it takes 20,000 plus your levies and tax and electricity or whatever. Then your house is a liability. But if you buy a house and then you turn into a B&B, or you turn into an office which you rent out, and then you rent it out, or you make money off it, say 30,000 a month, then you make you generate a profit of 10,000 Rand, then your house becomes an asset. So both a house and a car could be a liability depending on how they are utilized, and both of them equally, both of them could be an asset. So I think a lot of people get it wrong and twisted, because they usually think a car is just a liability. And most of it, I understand, it comes from the financial institution. So they make you believe that when you buy yourself a house, you are investing on an asset, and that is not true. It's an asset from the institution, it's from the financial institution's point of view, because they're giving you a loan with interest rates for 20 years, which would likely, be more than double or be double the amount that you had bought it for. So they make profit. So for them, it's an asset because it generates money from them. So even a car, for them, it's an asset if they finance you for it, because it will be an asset which they finance you for, which they make money off you through interest rates. So for you, if you use a car for private use, if you use your house for as a home, then both of those items are liabilities. And that's where I think a lot of people actually get it wrong. So that's what I just needed to discuss. Thank you all for watching. Keep tuned in for more episodes. Thank you.